Hey, let me ask you something. Why is she still in your head? Not in a cute, passing memory type of way. I mean, she's in there rent-free every damn day. You could be out with friends, at work, even trying to focus on bettering yourself. But boom, she shows up again. No text, no call, no recent memory, just her. It's almost like a whisper in your mind that never goes away. Now, before you go beating yourself up thinking this is some kind of weakness, let me tell you what it really is. It's not her you're attached to. It's not even the relationship. What you're attached to is the version of you that existed when she was around. And until you face that, until you really get what this obsession is trying to teach you, you'll stay stuck. Not because of her, but because you're refusing to look in the mirror and ask the real question. What part of me died when she left? Point 1. Bro. You don't miss her, you miss the feeling. Look, I gotta be real with you for a second. You keep saying you miss her, right? But I don't think that's the truth. I think what you really miss is the feeling. The feeling of being wanted, the excitement when your phone lit up and it was her. That little boost you got, like, damn, someone actually sees me. And I get it, man. That kind of feeling, it's rare. It makes you feel alive, like you've got a purpose again. But here's the thing. She didn't create that feeling. You did. She just unlocked a part of you that was already there. The part that believed in love again, that believed you were enough. So when she left, it felt like all of that went with her. But the truth is, she wasn't the magic. You were. You don't need her back. You need to reconnect with that version of yourself. The one who felt whole, the one who didn't second guess his worth every damn day. That's the guy you're really missing. So stop chasing her and start chasing him. Point 2. You keep replaying it cause you never got closure. Yo, let me ask you something. Why do you think your mind keeps hitting replay on the same moment over and over? That last conversation, the way she looked at you before it ended, that one message you never answered, or the one she never sent. It's not just memory, bro. It's an open loop your brain is trying to close. You're stuck in this loop because your story with her never really ended in your mind. There was no goodbye that made sense. No final scene where everything got tied up. So what happens? Your mind starts editing the past like it's a movie script. What if I'd said this? What if I'd fought harder? What if she still cares? And all those what ifs, they don't help you heal. They just trap you. Here's the hard truth. Closure isn't something she gives you. It's something you give yourself. You don't need her to explain why she left. You don't need the perfect ending. You just need to stop waiting for a version of the past that's never coming. Only then can you actually step into what's next. Point 3. She wasn't your missing piece. She was a mirror. Listen, man. I know it feels like she completed you. Like she filled in all the cracks and made life make sense for a while. But let me tell you something that might shift everything for you. She wasn't your missing piece. She was a mirror. Yeah, she didn't fix you. She just reflected a version of you that was already trying to come alive. The confident you, the passionate you, the hopeful, driven, open-hearted version of you. She brought that guy out, not because she gave it to you, but because something about her reminded you of who you always had the potential to be. That's why losing her hurt so much. Not because she was the one, but because when she left, it felt like that version of you left too. But here's the thing, he didn't. He's still there, man. You just stopped feeding him. You stopped choosing him. She may have sparked that growth, but it's your job now to keep it going. Because if you think she was the key to your wholeness, you're handing over your power to someone who isn't even here anymore. Take it back. Point 4. You're not in love. You're in love with the fantasy. Alright, bro, I gotta call this out. You're not stuck because of how she was. You're stuck because of how you're imagining her now. You're not in love with her. You're in love with the fantasy version of her your mind created after she left. You've built her up into this perfect, understanding, soft-spoken angel who never got mad, who always got you, who would have stayed if the timing was just right. But let's be honest, that's not reality, is it? The real her had flaws. There were arguments. There were things that didn't work. You didn't feel safe all the time. You didn't always feel seen. But your mind, It edits out all that mess. It puts a filter on the past like it's an Instagram post. And the longer you keep fantasizing about this dream girl, the harder it gets to connect with real life. No one you meet measures up. Nothing in the present feels enough. Because everything's being compared to a version of her that never even existed. And I know why you're doing it. Fantasy is easier than pain. It's safer to hold on to the dream than to admit it's over. But if you don't let go of that illusion, man, you're gonna stay chasing someone who isn't even real while life passes you by. Point 5. Obsession's just a disguise for avoidance. Bro, let's call this what it really is. You're not obsessed with her. You're avoiding yourself. Yeah, I said it. See, the mind's slick. It will have you convinced that replaying old convos, stalking her socials, overthinking every detail is just you processing, but it's not. It's your brain doing everything it can to avoid the real work, because healing, growing, taking a hard look at who you were, what you allowed, and what you need to change, that's uncomfortable as hell. That's where the pain lives. So instead, you fixate on her. You make her the center of the story, not because you still love her, but because it's easier than facing what you need to confront in yourself. Obsession becomes a distraction that feels like purpose, but it's really just fear in disguise. And until you realize that, you'll stay spinning your wheels, thinking you're being loyal, when really you're just stuck, scared to grow without her. Point 6. Life's moving on. With or without you. Listen, man. I know it feels like the world should pause while you figure all this out. Like time should give you a second to catch your breath, process, maybe even rewind a little, but it doesn't. Life doesn't slow down just because your heart's hurting. Opportunities aren't waiting around while you sit there wondering what she's doing or if she ever thinks about you. While you're stuck in your head replaying old memories, the world is moving on, fast. Other men are building, other people are healing, doors are opening, and they're closing too, and every day you stay frozen, hoping for some kind of closure or miracle, you're falling further behind the man you're supposed to become. I'm not saying don't feel it, I'm not saying forget it overnight, but I am saying this, life doesn't owe you anything just because you're in pain, and the longer you wait, the more you risk waking up one day and realizing you missed your shot, not because she left, but because you didn't move. And lastly, look, man. She came into your life for a reason, maybe to wake you up, maybe to shake you, but her chapter is over. Now it's about you, the version of you that doesn't chase ghosts, but builds something real. So stop looking back. Your future's not behind you.